ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is Tuesday. It is that Tuesday. You are now experiencing distance nerding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Young Phil. She is the Frey Girl. And we are here to nerd.
To nerd together.
We're talking anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever it is you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are currently watching on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, guys. Listen on any podcast app. Leave us a review. And remember, 5 stars helps us so much. All the places, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, everywhere. If it exists, we're there at Distance Nerding. Well, Jen, it's time. It's another week. The Jamez had to get put back in the closet.
Yes, he did. He knows what he did. He had one job.
He had one job. Just the one. Just the one. Jamez will not be joining us tonight, so it is me. It is a Phil and Jen solo show tonight. But we're still gonna drive forward. We're still gonna have all the fun. We have all the stories to talk about. So let's get right into that. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the Distance Nerding podcast, or listening if you're listening later on. Gonna acknowledge the listeners. Anyways. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for all the fun and all the fun things that we're going to do. So let's jump into this. This week on deck, we've got straight from Jay Jonah, watching The Watchmen. Then we're going to end the show with headlines. Sorry, watching The Watchtower. It actually still works, but I mean, yeah, you're right. I was wrong.
Who watches The Watchmen? I get it.
Right. And then we're ending the show on headlines. Actually ending the show on the Geek End Update. But we will be doing that here towards the end of the show. Before we get into all of that, ladies and gentlemen, this channel, everything we do here is brought to you by good folks at Debbie.
Yes, Debbie.
That's right. Debbie is an energy drink created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. So good. Actually, fun fact, this weekend at Weekend Blender, there were a couple other people who were sponsored by Debbie, and they had other flavors that we didn't have. So we got to try. Yeah, we actually got to try the blood orange, the Chainsaw Man flavor. It's so good, so good. Yes, it was so good. That became my favorite. I need to. That became like my favorite drink of the weekend. It was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else?
What else?
The Distance Nerding channel is part of Geek Freaks Network.
That's right. Kids, let me know how excited you are.
If you're deep in the lore or discovering your latest binge, building Lego, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist, I know I'm not, the Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people. That's us. Check out the Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com. Philip, please put that in the chat for me.
I was like, Philip, who's that?
I know it's Philippe, but
I was just like,
I wasn't trying to use your government name.
I mean, I already used my government name, but it's fine. It's okay. All good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked to all the people that we love to talk to here. I mean, we love talking to all of you, but we've talked sponsors, we've talked to people that are putting this on. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the meaty part of the news. It's time to jump. I know, right? It's all the pre-show jokes. It's time to jump into the download. That was fun. All right. Well, let's jump into the first part here, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the first part of this segment here. It's straight from Jay Jonah, covering all that Marvel news, ladies and gentlemen. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to get into the first story here. Ryan, well, who will wake up the mantle for Wakanda's protector? Director Ryan Coogler confirmed that Black Panther 3 is officially his next film, continuing the saga within Wakanda. So we're ready for this. Coogler stepping away from other rumored projects and to prioritize Wakanda, kind of like X-Men, because there was rumors that he was going to be a part of X-Men. This sets up the first trilogy, Marvel's first trilogy, led up by a black director. Given that this is going to be the last piece, so what are your thoughts on this, Fred?
Well, I think it's really good. I like that that he is coming back for the third one. I do like that they're led that he's started the trilogy and now he's
Mhm.
ending it. You know, I feel like that is a better continuity because like James Gunn did all of the Guardians of the Galaxy and I felt like they all had the same tone. Whereas like with Captain America, they had what was it? McFeely did the first one and then uh the Russo bros did the second and the third. So there was a different tonal thing. And I think that worked because Captain America, the first one was set in the 40s and then the second one and the third one were set now. So
Right.
or well, in the future, I guess. I don't know. Well, it's in Marvel time. Anyway. And yeah, so I like when the continuity is the same. I feel like it's one voice or the same voice throughout the whole thing tends to make a stronger project. So yeah, I'm for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very excited for this just because I love both movies, and there's a lot of people who were not as into the second movie, but I enjoyed the second movie just as much as I enjoyed the first one. The first one was obviously my favorite of the two, just because the way that it was presented, the way that the movie was done. But I also absolutely love the second one because it brought in different elements from the comics and everything like that. Of course, but gave us Namor, and gave us a Latino anti-hero, being that he's part of the Mayan Empire. So I mean, it was really good. I'm happy to see where it goes. Because there are so many more Black Panther stories that can be told. So I'm interested in seeing where he goes with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it feels like he's going to usher in a new like the last not a last incarnation, but like the next Black Panther is what it sounds like. What I'm getting, those are the vibes I'm getting.
Right, right.
So,
I see that. All right, let's move on to our next story here. Uh, from Wakanda to Wolvie. Hugh Jackman weighs in on speculation about when his Wolverine will return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jackman's comments reignite chatter about Secret Wars casting leaks. When asked if he would reprise Wolverine, Jackman has replied, "Maybe. I'm never saying never, never again." It's raising questions about how Deadpool and Wolverine tease up this MCU timeline. So, again, thoughts on Hugh Jackman not being able to keep his mouth shut when it comes to Wolverine?
I you know what? I am not a fan of loose lips sink ships. I do appreciate this. I want all of the tea. I say that. I don't. I absolutely stop like watching for stuff because I'm like, I don't want this ruined. But I mean, let's face it, Hugh Jackman is going to be back. We all know he's going to be back. You don't bring him back like freaking Ryan Reynolds did. And now they're like they own a freaking like racing boat team in Australia. Did you see that today on Instagram?
I
I'm like,
didn't see that.
Ryan Reynolds is never letting him go. Therefore, the MCU is never letting him go. He'll show up randomly. I'm sure of it. It's going to be one of those weird things where instead of Stan Lee, we have to find the Wolverine. It's going to be like Where's Waldo but with Wolverine.
Have you seen all the AI uh, pictures of Wolverine and them fighting Doctor Doom on set and everything like that? Like it's all these AI pictures of him on the set of Doomsday.
Yeah, he said, I think in that inter it was on the Graham Norton show that he said, like, all this stuff, and on there, he was like, "Hey, just use AI. It's not like you guys aren't doing it anyway." So I was like, "Wow." He had a few drinks, I'm thinking, because Graham Norton likes to liquor up his guests.
He absolutely does, and that stuff is actually really funny. Yeah, no, I'm all in for this. I do want to see him as long as he's willing to play Wolverine. I'm willing to see him as an alternate universe Wolverine. I do think that uh, we need a fresh take on Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, especially now that he's able to play the character as he's supposed to be. Like you have that. The crippling depression, you have the alcoholism, you have the violence, all the things about Wolverine that we weren't able to get with the old movies. And I'm absolutely loving the way that he's able to portray the character now. I just do feel like we need to get another version of the character moving forward if we're going to continue with the X-Men.
I absolutely agree. I think that he could come back as, like, just a weird variant Logan, like, just show up every now and then and be like, "Hey, needed a beer," and then just leaves. That's what I
Right.
want. That is what I want.
Especially now that, like, they're establishing the different variants, like, they made it clear that there are different variants that can be played by different characters. Henry Cavill, the Cavalry, and yeah, that's absolutely what's needed. I mean, they made it clear that it's probably gonna be another actor that plays him, because they opened that door already. So
Yeah. And with him, you can actually cast older. It doesn't matter what his age is because he's like, what, 300, 400 years old or
something
something?
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep it going here. Uh Rumors explode with Doom variants, Spider Man shakeups, and trailer chaos. Rumors swirling around Avengers Doomsday suggest Doctor Doom variants will storm the multiverse. Tobey Maguire's Spider Man may debut a fresh look, while Tom Holland could sit this one out. And a leaked trailer breakdown teases massive battles with shocking hero returns. So, fans are speculating on comic accurate Doom variants like Iron Doom or Sorcerer Doom. I did mention before that Superior Doctor Doom or Superior Iron Man, who is a version of Doctor Doom, could be something that they could bring in. Uh,
Yeah.
and of course, Toby Maguire rumored is he has a rumored redesign, sparking theories of the black suit or a battle scarred upgrade, which is kind of cool. So, what are your thoughts on those two things before kind of moving on to the other parts of this?
I kind of feel like this is going to be like their one, not their one chance because Doom always finds a way to screw things up. He's like Barry Allen that way. But yeah, I would love to see like an Iron Doom or a Sorcerer Doom, or wasn't there another Doom that was like
There's
there
been
was
a
a
few
Hulk Doom.
variants.
I can't. Yeah, he's
There's
had several.
Right. There's been a few different variants of Doctor Doom within Marvel. So I mean it's gonna be interesting to see to what extent they do that, especially now that they're kind of playing with all of this and different versions of Doctor Doom. I also think that, or I wonder if by the end of the film, because I've been mentioning this, is if we get the final version of Doctor Doom that is going to survive within the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I'd also like for like Maguire's stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I want the Peter B. Parker. I want him in a freaking bathrobe,
That would be funny if we got Peter B. Parker. Like if it was Toby
like,
Maguire showing up and it's Peter B. Parker.
right? That would be I would love that. I mean, yeah, I'd love the black suit, or a battle scarred upgrade. Yeah, whatever. Just fit Toby in a suit. Clearly, he needs one. So
Right, right. Toby in a suit would actually be great. And then, so other rumors that are coming in: Andrew Garfield whispered as a surprise Spider-Man if Tom Holland's not going to be there. What are your thoughts on Andrew Garfield coming in and being like another surprise variant, like us getting another kind of like multiverse, uh, or like a de facto multiverse Spider-Verse with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
I would love to see both of them back, but I'm gonna say don't ask Andrew because he's not gonna tell you. So don't
He
ask
won't
him
tell
if
you.
he's coming back.
Right.
He won't tell you. But no, I like that. I actually like Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker. I liked the way he did it. He has that like aw shucks kind of about him that I liked. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be fun. I think it's interesting that they're saying Tom Holland's not gonna like that's the rumor that Tom Holland's actually not gonna be in this movie. And I'm like freaking Robert Downey Jr., like Tony Stark is freaking Doom. I don't know why you would set this up and not pay it off with some sort of reaction from Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Right,
But
unless they're
okay,
saving
I
that
don't
for
really know.
Secret War. But I mean, like, because
I
they've been saying for a while that Tom Holland Spider-Man isn't going to be in this because the events of this are going to be simultaneous with Brand New Day.
Oh, okay. Well then yeah, okay, that makes sense then. All right.
Yeah.
Then I retract my statement.
Yeah. So then also, there's a lot of chatter saying that Scarlet Witch and Vision might be some of the heroes that return in the trailer, but then also that the battle scene towards the end of the movie is going to be akin to the portal scene at the end of Endgame, but like with a lot of multi-layered multiverse chaos. So thoughts on that?
So I'm picturing like all these sling rings or whatever, or the TVA things or whatever, however they're getting through there, just like tons of them. And then that final battle, they cut off in the middle. And then they go, up, gotta watch Secret Wars for the end.
That would be
That's what I would
crazy if
do.
like they tee up like the big battle and that's what gets you to Secret Wars.
Yeah, yeah, like that's how you get all the people in there, and you're like, wait, are we on Battle World? Yeah, it's like that's the thing. Just seeing everybody travel or something. And then in Secret Wars, we see the other side, like where they're coming from all of the worlds.
Mm.
That would be
Ha-
like as the credits are going in, you just see all these, you see Hydra Steve, you see uh Captain Carter, you see, all the X-Men, like just everything, everybody. And then I hope that they get this whole Monica thing settled because I feel like she needs to come back.
Yeah.
She's been gone a while.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see the rumors for about Alan Richardson?
Oh, about the Venom thing?
So
Yeah. I
supposedly
didn't
he's
do a
coming in as
thing
Eddie
on
Brock.
it.
Yeah, supposedly
Oh,
they're saying
really?
he's coming
Oh,
in
that's
as
cool.
Eddie Brock, and he'll be a more comic book accurate version of Eddie Brock.
That might be cool.
Hmm.
He's huge. That would be a good Eddie Brock
He
and a
would
good
be.
Venom.
He'd be a very good Eddie Brock just because Eddie Brock is a massive dude. But have him be Venom, and he'll have that size advantage over Tom Holland.
And then it will really look cool when
Yeah.
Tom Holland finally kicks his ass.
Right. Right. So sticking in this transition into the Spitterman, because the Peter Tingle, but now it's with more Shinobi. Oh yeah.
Oh.
A rumor claims Peter Parker will face ninjas in Spider-Man Brand New Day, adding martial arts mayhem to the mix. So I guess part of the thought on this is, like, would the ninjas be tied to the hand? I think that when we first started talking about this rumor, that we were saying, well, it could be the hand, especially if he's dealing
Yeah.
with Daredevil and he's dealing with the Punisher and everything like that. Like it kind of you get this tie-in for the hand, right? But this is also the first time that we're getting martial arts heavy characters on screen with Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it's gonna be interesting. I always find it really funny how like things that are so like, oh, the hand and oh, it's the hand. It's the hand and who goes against them is the foot. It's like, huh? Like
And
it's
that's
not
how we
like
bring
we
in the
got the
Ninja
red
Turtles.
hand and the black foot or what I mean, it's just like, okay, all right.
That's
Did
how
you
we bring the
guys
Ninja
have a
Turtles into
word
the
limitation?
yeah. It's how we bring the Ninja Turtles into this entire universe.
Exactly. There you go. I do think that that's interesting. I also think that it opens up more because didn't Frank deal with the hand with Matt, or was that only Elektra and the Defenders?
Frank did deal with the hand, but again, it was I think that was in just the Defenders.
Okay. All right. Well, because I was going to say that might be interesting. Maybe we'll get a Defender or two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm
Or
really hoping that we do, because I do want to see the Defenders show up and kind of, you know, outside of just the Daredevil show, you know.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I do too. I'm thinking, are we going to get Elektra?
Electra Nachios would be good, especially if like say she is leading the hand, and yeah, that would be kind of cool to see like her in a villain role. Because again, she plays
Well,
anti-hero in a lot of her stuff. So
yeah, she was leading. Like the last we saw her in, I mean, obviously she had a building drop on her, but a really tall one. But, Matt's alive, so she's probably alive. And what's she gonna do? Well, she's probably gonna come back for revenge.
yeah,
So I could see this happening.
no,
I
yeah,
could see it
absolutely.
happening. All right. Yeah.
All
Well,
right. Well, let's well my thoughts on this. I think 100% that it makes sense to for it to be the hand, because they are probably the closest ties to any ninjas in lore that Spider-Man would fight. Unless they're, just trying to bring in a whole different character. I mean, it kind of really just depends on the character that they're bringing in, because if they're like henchmen for certain people, uh
yeah, that's true.
again, it really depends on what characters they're bringing in. Like, say, it's like fun aside that nobody saw coming. Silver Samurai, they're redoing Silver Samurai because he was ruined in the Wolverine movie. So it's like,
Yeah.
we're getting like a full Silver Samurai, and he comes in and he's the villain. Like
And
that would
then
be
Shang-Chi comes in and
right,
says, "Oh, the Avengers need you.
right.
Come with me."
Or it's tied to Mr. Negative or something like that, because remember the rumors were that Mr. Negative was going to be the main villain.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Da, 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 true.
there's a lot of possibilities that can go on this one. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move
Great.
on here. So, think less Frank and more chaos. Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again confirms John Barenthal's Punisher will not appear, while Matthew Lillard teases a mysterious new role against Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. So, with that, Barenthal's absence sparks fan outrage. People are pissed, and I mean, the next time we see him, it's going to be in the special presentation. So I mean, we're all excited for that. I'm really excited for the special presentation. But
Me too.
yeah, people are very upset that they're hearing that he's not going to be in season 2. Which, I mean, he didn't have that big of a presence in season 1, so I don't know why everybody's so upset, and thinks more so because people want to see more of Frank Castle. But I don't know. What do you think?
I'm kinda okay with it. He was season 1, although if Matt is getting the band back together to fight off Kingpin,
Hmm.
he would be a good guy to have in the corner. So I don't know. Like I think they can put him off until season 3. I do think he needs to come back. Um, but yeah, I they're gonna have Jessica Jones. She's gonna do a lot of heavy lifting, we know, like both of the show and also probably in the show because she's super strong. But yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with it because we're gonna get that special presentation and he's gonna be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So
Right.
we're gonna be lousy with Punisher stuff.
And what's to say that at the end of the sequence that the Punisher's in, they're not going to show him getting like gravely injured, and that shows a reason why he's gone for a while.
Yeah, there could be a reason. That's true.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that.
yeah. So I mean, like they could just give us a reason why Frank is missing for a little while, or Frank disappears, and it has to do with like Secret Wars or something like that.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah. Now, all of this opens, more doors for deeper Daredevil Kingpin drama. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Matthew Lillard coming in, the character that he might play. A lot of people are saying he might play Owl or Bullet. What do you think about that?
I'm not as familiar with Owl or Bullet. Who are
Mhm.
they?
They're not really major villains in the Daredevil universe. It's kind of Owl, Bullet's kind of like a gunslinger, and Owl
Oh,
is,
okay.
yeah, they're kind of like foils for Kingpin, and kind of like they're like anti-vigilante guys that kind of go up against Daredevil in order to, like on behalf of Kingpin sometimes every now and then. So they're not like major characters, but I mean, who's to say they can't become bigger characters because they've done that in the past with like minor characters within Marvel and say, hey, here's a bigger role that they play, and they make them a much more interesting character than they were in the comics.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
You know,
I wouldn't mind either one of those things then. I don't I'm I do not I haven't watched anything Lillard's been in years. So the only thing I'm thinking is Scooby or the Scream killer guy.
and I mean
That's really it.
that's what most people know him from. But I mean, like, lately he's been in Five Nights at Freddy's, and everybody's all over him for that.
Oh, okay.
And he's been in a couple of other things. He's also coming back to Scream, so it's also a big deal.
Well, then yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, cool,
Uh,
cool.
cool, cool, cool. So that's it for Jay Jonah. For all the news on Jay Jonah here. Jonah's Bark has has us buzzing with rumors and revelations, but now it's time to step back from the newsroom chaos. Let's break down the DCU canon in watching the Watchtower. I'm ready for this because this is one of my favorite transitions.
It's awesome.
Get to see the Watchtower come across
Look,
the screen.
there I am in the watchtower. Hello. I'm waving at myself.
uh, Wave at yourself even more because now it's going away. All right. So, oh, sorry, wrong. That's what I was trying to do. Uh, who wins in a fight, Jimmy Olsen or Gorilla Grodd? I'll let you guys think about that one for a minute. James Gunn clears the air on the rumored Jimmy Olsen DCU series, confirming the character's place in the new cinematic universe. So, Jimmy Olsen's elevation signals Gunn's intent to spotlight supporting characters in mythic figures on their own right. This could shape Olsen from comic relief into a narrative anchor, echoing the everyman lens on Superman's world. Gunn has clarified that the project is not titled DC Crime, which a lot of people were making speculations on. He really is just shutting down speculation and reinforcing Olsen's unique identity within the DCU. What are your thoughts on Jimmy Olsen taking a point in this world where he is a like serious reporter? You know what I mean, and not just kind of like the boy sidekick with the camera.
I love this idea, just for the fact that I really like Skylar. He's such
Mhm.
a good actor. And then also, Jimmy Olsen had his own comic book. He's
He
had
did.
his own comic book on and off for years. So it's not like, it's not like this is new, but I do like it. I think Jimmy Olsen can get into some really interesting trouble, as we've seen. He likes the ladies
Yeah,
and
he definitely does.
he likes getting into trouble. So I do think that this could be a really interesting thing as long as it's done right. That's the thing that I'm really worried about. I just want it to be done correctly. I
Right,
want it to have that feel of Jimmy Olsen being the young guy and wanting to really get in the thick of it, and then he gets himself into a lot of trouble and has to get himself out of it, or has to get himself out of it with help from his friends.
right.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm definitely more excited about the idea, the prospect of what this is, because I, Jimmy Olsen has not had a spotlight on any property, on anything that's come up. The different Superman series that have been out there. Jimmy Olsen really hasn't been, predominant in any of it and prevalent in all of it. I love the idea of us getting a view into the greater DCU world through the lens of Jimmy Olsen. And I don't think that where a lot of people are like going like, oh, he's gonna fight Gorilla Grodd. He's gonna fight. I don't think he's fighting anybody. I think he's just coming across these characters, and it's almost gonna be like Cloverfield, where you're getting this perspective from this reporter that is like on the ground when Gorilla Grodd attacks Central City or something like that, or just like it's I think it's just more him traveling, doing his work, and he happens to be in the area when something goes down. And we get that
Yeah.
perspective, that on the ground perspective, and like from Jimmy Olsen, it makes the entire universe more relatable for everybody that's watching.
Do you think it's gonna bring more, on the ground characters in? Like, maybe, we'll get, Flash's girlfriend, Iris West?
Iris West.
Uh,
That would be dope if we see more of like Iris in this, or again, just all of the different characters. Like maybe we'll see Lana Lang down the line or something like that. Like there's a lot of
yeah.
characters that they could bring in that are within the different DC properties that aren't necessarily superheroes, but are characters that flesh out the world. And I think that that is an amazing idea.
Yeah, like superhero adjacent kind of characters. I
Right.
think that would be really interesting if that's kind of how it ended up. Like, had making Jimmy Olsen like hey, here's these characters that aren't superheroes, but they're in that superhero sphere, and they help out because there are a lot of reporters in DC Comics. Like they're lousy with Vicky Vale was a report. Like, it's
Vicky
like
Vale.
so you could have a whole bunch of characters that are in the reporter sphere that tell these stories, and Jimmy Olsen would be a great way to introduce all of them.
Yeah,
I would
I
think.
I think it would be really cool to see Jimmy Olsen and Vicky Vale teaming up in like, maybe an episode or two to cover a story in Gotham, and we come across a more minor character. Like I would love to see them like, oh, they're reporting on the ventriloquist or something like that.
Right. Yeah,
You
that'd be
know,
cool. Or Toy Man or whoever.
yeah, exactly. Some of the more less known characters, but characters nonetheless that again flesh out that universe. That you have a bunch of psychopaths, mental asylum escapees running around Gotham, and they're as reporters, they're reporting on it in the news like that. I think that is a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Since it's Gorilla Grodd, though, I'm wondering if Star Labs isn't gonna be a main focus in it as well. So we might get some Star Labs people too.
Yeah,
Which, yeah, I think all of that. It just there's so many ways that they can go with it. I think it's going to be a really good. I mean, if it's done well, it's going to be a really good show. Like they've tried to do non-superhero uh shows before, and they haven't really worked out. So I'm saying Powerless. I'm saying
Gotham.
Gotham.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Kind of.
the way this works, the way that they get this to work, and I think James Gunn has the sensibilities for this kind of thing, is they need to stick to their guns, and put no pun intended on that. But they need to stick to their guns and say, if this is reporters reporting on things in the universe, not to make it a all of a sudden Jimmy Olsen is a superhero. That's kind of what they did with Gotham. You know what I mean? Where like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, now you have basically Batman, but Gordon is Batman for some reason, that kind of thing. Like, that doesn't happen until way later on in the comics. Fun fact, Commissioner Gordon was Batman for a little bit, if you guys don't know that.
I was Batman for like 15 minutes. So
Yeah, but like that's not the show that anybody wants. Nobody wants this. Hey, let's make up a bunch of things that have nothing to do with the comics, because we think this will be an interesting show that is not related to anything that would ever happen in the comics. Like make it something that, even if it's something brand new that has nothing to do with anything that's in the comics, make it something that would live in the comic world. So
I like it. I think you're right.
All right, cool. So let's move on to this last story that I have here. And Jen, I don't know if you're super excited about this, but holy fucking rumors, Batman! James Gunn surprising social media reply has fans speculating that actor Tom Brittney may be the new Batman in the DCU. Gunn broke his usual silence on fan casting posts by responding, "That guy is a great fucking actor." Okay. This really messes with people's heads. Britney's shift from Superman finalist to Batman speculation highlights Gunn's willingness to recycle strong contenders for different roles. And I mean, we've known this in the past. There have been plenty of actors. I mean, Lex Luthor is an example of someone who tried out as Superman and became Lex Luthor, right? Gunn's emphatic praise, rare for fan casting chatter, suggests he's planting hype seeds without confirming anything, a deliberate social media strategy. Jen, I need your thoughts on this because you know James Gunn planting hype seeds better than anyone else that I know.
Well, yeah. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, you will see the picture of Tom Brittney. And I have to say with that picture, I could see him being Batman. And if he's already auditioned for Gunn, that gives a stronger chance
Right.
because James Gunn, as we all know, is he's got some ADHD in there, probably undiagnosed, but I don't know. And so if he gets something in his head, it's hard to get it out of his head. So yeah, I do think that this could be a good idea. Like this could be a good idea. It's not the guy that I want, don't get me wrong, and it's not the guy that Phil wants because apparently he's going to play Venom. But or and he's actually gonna play somebody else that we don't know about. I think it's Orion though. But yeah, so I don't have a problem with this. I love Grant Chester. I love that TV show. I haven't watched the newer episodes, so I actually haven't ever seen him do anything. I think that's also a good idea because hardly anybody knows about him. Yeah, so I do think that it's a good idea. I do think James Gunn saying something about it, I think it's just that he's saying this guy is a great fucking actor. I
Yeah.
don't think it has anything to do with whether or not he he's considering him for Batman or not. He probably is, but I just think somebody said that and he caught it and was like, "Oh, he's a great fucking actor." And now he's like, "Oh shit. Now people are going to think he's Batman."
Right. 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 I
I don't
I
think this is that. I think this is James Gunn being ADHD.
It could be that too. I just pulled up other pictures of him, and there are pictures like this picture's fine and whatnot, but there are other pictures where his jawline is a lot more defined. And he's got that Batman jawline. Also, he's 6'2". So I mean, like he's kind of in that range. The dude is kind of beefy or has potential to be like kind of big. Like he looks like if he did like a solid 6 months to a year of just bulk training, this dude could easily fit the size of the Batman that I'm looking for.
Isn't that what David Cornsweet did as well?
Mhm.
Like, he beefed up, right? He
D
he
d
spent a lot of time doing that. So,
Right. David Corn Sweat put on a lot of weight and he looks the part. As much as everybody's like, "Oh, he has a muscle suit." And it's like, "Well, no." He like posted a video of him going, "No, it's not a muscle suit. Here are my arms. Look at that." And it's
yeah.
like, "No, that guy is actually like as big as he looks. And he's got the right height, you know." So I mean, what do we determine David Corn Sweat is 6'5"?
No, I think he's 6'3".
6'3". Okay. And I was saying that, he needs to be about like, Batman needs to be about an inch or two in that height range. Well, he's six
Uh-huh.
foot two, so he actually fits that range that I keep talking about, right? And
Yeah.
again, he's got the jawline. He's pretty muscular. I think if he is being eyed for Batman, I'm not, or for yeah for Batman, I'm not against it at all. I think he looks like he can fit the part fairly well.
I agree. I and I feel like because neither one of us have really gone to bat for a Batman, huh? Gone to bat. We have, both of us have. I think it's a good compromise. He's British, so I already like him more. And and he's fairly unknown. So I think that those are both good things. Those are both things that work in his favor. We don't have a lot of expectations from him. I think it's a great idea. Let's go,
Hi.
Tom Brittany. I'm on the Brittany train.
I'm
Or it's
also.
Brittany, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch. I'm also on him. So fans are also dissecting Britney's past roles, and like you mentioned, Grantchester Greyhound, to see if his acting style fits the mythic gravitas of Batman. The common position Batman casting has a generational shift, with Britney embodying a younger, more grounded version of the Dark Knight. And like I said, I looked at pictures of him. I'm looking at his height. I think he fits.
Yeah. And he's shorter than Superman because Batman's shorter than Superman. And yes, we're going to have this conversation again. Batman is an inch shorter than Superman. And he should
Sure.
be actually a lot shorter than Superman. He should be like 3 or 4 inches shorter than Superman because Superman is supposed to be larger than life and bigger than everybody. And look, you're already doing your little I
Yep.
ate a lemon face,
Yep.
and I'm not having it.
Yep. I mean, because again, canonically, he's only an inch shorter than Superman. So I mean, that's
Right
about right.
now, when it first he was like 5'11" when he first came out, and he's always been shorter than freaking Superman. So, don't even get me started on this.
Yeah, and it's a different monster in
I
the
know
absolute
this.
universe. Because in the absolute universe, Batman is way bigger than Superman.
Well, they're not doing the absolute universe,
I'm just
okay?
saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
We're not going to do this argument just for the sake of time. So we'll argue on off screen on another on like a on a TikTok or something. We'll duet a
Okay,
TikTok and talk, and we'll yell at each other over this.
throw
All right.
shade.
Sure
Sounds
thing.
good.
Okay. So we've scanned the watchtower and locked in the cannon, but now it's time to zoom out. Let's hit the headlines, ladies and gentlemen, where the biggest stories across fandom and entertainment break wide open. Jen, it's your turn to take it over with the headlines.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
dun. First, we got
dun.
Star Wars plot. First, it's Star Wars. We're getting our Zeb back, baby. Jon Favreau teases a bigger role for Zeb Aurelios
Aurelius. Yeah.
in The Mandalorian and Grogu, saying the fan favorite from Star Wars Rebels will finally get to shine in live action. What's his idea of fun, though?
Of Zeb messing with people because that's what he does.
I don't know. Is John Favreau's idea of fun? Like, is it going to be like putting him through the ringer? Are we gonna have to cry at the end of this? I'm afraid that we're gonna lose Zeb by the end of this.
I hope we
They're
don't. I
gonna
mean,
give us
we've only
Go ahead.
had like very minor glimpses of Zeb. Like we had him at the bar, we had him in what was it, season 2 of The Mandalorian, and kind of like different small little pieces of Zeb. Obviously, in the Mandalorian trailer, you see him kicking ass, so I'm very excited to see him kind of like be the Zeb from the show, but in live action because he's such a cool character, and to see like him doing the things that he's going to do. So I'm excited for Zeb getting a bigger role within not just the movie, but hopefully like moving forward, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
I really want Zeb and Ezra to reunite, so I hope that happens.
Yes, their
But
friendship is so good.
yeah, absolutely. I just think it would be a shame if they don't at least reunite for something.
Right.
But hey, we got more Mando incoming. Jon Favreau clarifies that The Mandalorian season 4 will tell its own story, separate from the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So does that mean we should make ours Mando?
Ooh. Again, very excited for this. The thought for the longest time, everybody thought that, oh, they're finishing the series with a movie, but now knowing that we're getting another season, that this movie is just an adventure in between, or that takes place in a different port, like time, separate from the show itself. I'm more excited about this. This gives me so much more to look forward to. It was the dumbest move was saying we were going to get rid of the Mandalorian in favor of a movie, because
Yeah.
the Mandalorian as a show is literally what gets people to sign up for Disney Plus.
It is. It is. It's the thing that launched it. So I
Hmm.
just think that they definitely should finish it on the
Yeah,
small screen, I think.
right,
And I mean, Star Wars itself is story based. So it's this is this story in the Star Wars, but it's not the only story in the Star Wars. And
right,
so these are just adventures that these characters are having. So there's nothing that says that after this adventure is over that there shouldn't be a continuation. We don't
right,
know what's going to come next. And
right,
it may be less about Din Djarin and more about the Mandalorians on Mandalore. So we
right.
don't know what season 4 is going to bring. So I think it's kind of cool. So, but let's move on. Let's go because we got more Star Wars. We got another Star War going on. That's right. It's Ryan Gosling. And it's not the Project Hail Mary Ryan Gosling, although that would be cool. Are Disney and Lucasfilm on the same page? Lucasfilm gave Sean Levy, the director of Star Wars Starfighter, complete creative freedom,
Ooh,
a rare mandate that could reshape future projects and new project development. So will Bob Iger nix this one too? Because he didn't like that hump for Ben Solo. Are we sure he understands how they get to that planet that's in the picture?
he better not. He better not mess with this or anything like that, because this was one of those things where I was not on board for this for Starfighter, but the more that comes out, the more we learn about it, the more excited I get for it. And it's not just because, he's a great actor and I feel like he's going to kill this role, but because it just kind of seems like everything that we've all been wanting out of a Star Wars story. It is. I mean, yeah, they're kind of uh, alluding to it. It's going to be something Jedi related, but the majority of us are like, we don't want something Jedi related. We want more things that are within the universe, more things that are regular people fighting authoritarianism, fighting the empire. So I get more excited with this. I do want it to be something that Sean Levy gets full creative control over, because the less hands that are in the cookie jar, the better the project is going to be.
Exactly. Yeah, going back to that MC, the Black Panther story
Hmm.
from Jay Jonah, it was like, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be great, and yeah, I hope Bob Iger doesn't. You know what? Maybe they should not show him. Maybe show him something else. Show him something that makes sense to him. Give him like a little explainer so that he understands what's going on before they show him the film.
They're showing Bob Iger like different finalized pieces and whatnot. They're just like, oh yeah, here's an edit that Bob Iger would like, and then here's the edit we're putting out there so that everybody else will like it. We're not
Right.
we're not
Exactly.
repeating Emperor Palpatine all of a sudden showing up in the universe again.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, but so let's move. Let's go ahead and move to the next one. But this is rounding out our Star Wars block. In will they or won't they news? A new report confirms Rian Johnson's planned Star Wars trilogy is effectively dead, closing the book on years of speculation. So where do we lean on this? Like, what do we think? Do we think this is a good thing? Do we think it's a bad thing? Do we like what Ryan did? Do we just want him to continue making more Knives Out? What is it that we would like?
I feel like Rian Johnson, like I, I don't know. I see what he tried to do with what was it, The Last Jedi that he did, right? I see what he tried to do with The
Yeah,
Last Jedi. The problem is because he wanted so much to put his own stamp on Star Wars, he just ruined the story and made the sequels uh effectively something that so many people hate, because as much as everybody liked that movie for its reasons, it messed with the story that was there. And it's like, there was a Bible, there was a story that was meant to be told, that they were just like, we're just going to throw that out the window and destroy everything, and now we have to fix it. Rian Johnson directly is the reason that we got Palpatine in the world, because Iger was like, I want to fix this my way. We're putting Palpatine in the movie. Had Rian Johnson not done that, we wouldn't have Palpatine. So
That's
again,
true.
I have my issues. We also got some of the most badass scenes in Star Wars out of that movie, because again, for as much as people hated Admiral Holdo, she went out like a fucking G. Like
Yeah. Oh,
nobody has a cooler let me destroy the empire moment than Admiral Holdo. So,
yeah.
kudos to her for being a badass. But um, in the end, I I love Rian Johnson as a director. I think he is a good writer. I think he does well on properties that are not attached to someone else's story. I don't
Mhm.
think that he should have had a mainline story. I think he, if had he gotten his own trilogy and made his own film with its own storyline, I think that would have been fine. But this also tells me that if they are dropping Johnson's trilogy, that means that Iger didn't have any faith in it, which gives me more reason to believe it was probably good.
Yeah, right. Because he hates good things.
Right.
But all right. Well, let's stay in the stars, but we're gonna go to a gate.
Ooh.
That's right. New Stargate is coming. Better catch up.
Yay. Oh, wait a minute.
Amazon has ordered a new Stargate series from Martin Gero, making the franchise's return with a fresh, or marking the franchise's return with a fresh creative vision. So, have you seen the previous Stargate shows?
Not all the shows. So I know Graveyard is a massive Stargate fan, and he is like watched all the shows and everything on there. So this is kind of probably be more up his alley. I love the movie. The movie was, one of my in my childhood was one of my favorite ones. I watched a good portion of SG1, but I didn't really get into, Atlantis and all the other stories series that they did. I would have to go and like rewatch everything to kind of see where it went. And then if Graveyard loves it, half of it is going to be terrible. So,
Well, I actually loved the the original. Like, so I watched the original movie, but the funny thing is I watched the original movie after I started watching the series.
oh,
So I was like, well, I got to see this movie that came out. And so I watched it, and then and I watched the whole series. I watched like all 10 seasons of the first
oh
Stargate,
my
and I was a
god,
Stargate Atlantis fan. But that 3rd one, I watched 2 episodes and I was like, "This is the most boring stuff that I have ever seen." So I did not watch that. But no, I'm a huge Stargate fan. I've always loved Stargate. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's gonna be fun, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. And Martin Jarrow was the original guy, like, he was part of the original, TV series. So I think it's gonna be great, and hopefully it'll be in Canada again, because that's where they filmed the other ones, and we got Jason Momoa out of that, people. My man.
it's true. Jason Momoa did come out of that. What if uh, in this they found a way to bring back? Oh God. All of a sudden I'm forgetting his name. Hold on. I've got this. I got to pull it up here.
Are you
If they
looking it up?
yeah, if what if they found a way to bring back Kurt Russell's character,
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
right?
cool.
And now we
I'd
have,
like to go ahead.
I was gonna say, and now we have, especially because Kurt Russell's been doing more of these bigger series. If they do this as like, a 10 episode run rather than, how it used to be like sci-fi with a 40 episode run, you do a 10 episode run on Amazon, higher budget than what it had, and you do Kurt Russell coming back and then finding a way to bring back Kurt Russell's character. And
Yeah.
because I feel like Kurt Russell would do it.
Or just find, like, he's somewhere. Like, they find him somewhere,
Hmm.
and that's how they bring him back. Like, that's what they were doing. It's like a different a different crew that's actually got a signal from his character, and they're going to see it. So we might see some of the old guy, like the older, like the OG series people, but they're looking for him because like he has some information. I think that would be great. And it would be a great way to tie it all together.
Yeah.
But
Or what if you
I'd
have
like to
Wyatt
know.
Russell? What if you have Wyatt Russell come and play like the younger version of him again? Like he hasn't aged at all on wherever he went.
That would be awesome. Although it would be cooler if Wyatt Russell was half human and half gold. And then he's got some sort of weird ass powers. Because at the end, they all kind of had weird ass powers. So I'd like to see something like that. That would be a really good, like, oh, what do you want to say? Like a Alice in Wonderland type thing where you
Yeah.
bring him back because Kurt Russell's character dies and he has to come back because that
Right.
was his dad's dying wish. And so then that could be it. Okay, we're getting a little bit into the weeds on this, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah. We'll make another video about this.
Yeah, more to come. Well, I'm sure we'll have more. So,
That's right.
um, so yeah. So next we've got a little UK panic, I
Do,
guess. And
do,
how to
do,
make
do,
something
do, do.
even bigger news. The animated film K-pop Demon Hunters has ignited controversy after a UK school banned its songs, fueling a mini satanic panic. So is this
What?
overblown or should this be a real concern?
I wonder. So my wonder is why they banned it. If it's like they banned it because it's demons or something like that, or they banned it just because the teachers were annoyed by the music.
Right. It's like Frozen all over again. They're like, if I have to hear these songs one more time, I am gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm gonna
stuffy.
lose it.
It's just like stuffy British people, and they're just like, no, we're not playing this god awful music, even though the music is amazing. But I mean, like again, stuffy British people, and they're just like, no, we're not playing this music. This music is terrible. We're gonna say because it's demon hunters that they're promoting demonic XYZ. And it's like, well, if you would just promote the honeymoon, you'd be okay.
There you go. That's it. But here's the thing. A lot of like Korean, like Asian cultures, they
Mhm.
have instead of like gods being like good or bad, they all call them like demons and gens and different things like
Right,
that. So by them being demon heart, that's just their job. It's their calling. It's not
right.
like I mean, did they well, they probably would have. I was gonna say, would they have done that to Buffy the Vampire Slayer? She's a vampire slayer. She fought demons all the time. Nobody had a problem with it.
Yeah,
They were like, "Go, Buffy."
I think it really is just overblown.
I think so too. All
Hmm.
right. So let's move from K-pop to some sad news. It's a little
Oh,
sad. Saddy sad. At least it's sad for Zack Snyder. Oh no, Zack keeps getting bad news. Netflix has reportedly canceled Twilight of the Gods after its season 1 cliffhanger, leaving fans without a resolution. Hey, it's that plot twist that we were talking about, people not getting over earlier in
yeah.
the show. So did you watch the first season of this?
I did not, and it's
I
not.
didn't either. Maybe
It's
we see the problem.
well, I mean, again, it's not for lack of wanting to see it. It's because there's so much that's out there. It gets really hard to choose what do I need to watch, what do I not need to watch, and then on top of that, like covering everything else that we do and working and everything like that, it's really hard to like start new shows. Plus, I my ADHD has this whole fear of starting a new thing. So
Yeah, I really I didn't watch it. I'm not I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be one of those things where we're going to get some weird concept art like pictures from Zack Snyder on X or something.
it's
Like
happening.
he's gonna get on Instagram. We're just gonna see tears in his eyes, and he's just gonna show us a picture of something from Twilight of the Gods. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, it's going to be exactly what's happening with Superman, where everybody's all upset because he keeps dropping, set photos and stuff like that from Superman. So,
I want to like I just want to make sure Zach's okay. I
has
hope
anybody
he's
checked on
okay.
Zack Snyder? Does anybody know if Zack Snyder's okay?
Yeah, I hope he's okay. Zach, we know you watch, and that's why Phil did what he just did. He
Yeah,
he really, really, like, tailored that to you
yeah.
specifically.
Just
So
check in with Zack Snyder. Somebody check in with Zack Snyder, see if he's okay.
all right, from a cancellation of weirdness to another cancellation of weirdness. Disney apparently doesn't smell what The Rock is cooking. Dwayne Johnson says Disney is unsure about moving forward with a Jungle Cruise sequel, leaving the project adrift. No sequel cruise for Dwayne or Emily. Yeah, that's
Did you watch that film?
no. No, I did not.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was fun. It was an interesting film. Um, because the whole thing was Disney was trying to create like a shared Disney ride universe, right? So like all the movies that they have that are based on rides, they were trying to create like a shared universe. I don't know if you know the whole thing about like they added in all the rides at Disney. They added in this whole society of adventurers and explorers thing.
No, I didn't know that, but I assumed, like, I assumed that they would. Like, they have to make these rides relevant again because they were back then. Nobody had gone to the jungle. Like, back when they
Yeah,
first had the jungle ride, nobody had gone there, and the animatronic animals were so cool, and everybody loved them, and it was and, I ride the Jungle Cruise when I go to Disneyland. I get it. I understand, but you know
yeah,
why I ride it? Because 'Cause I'm tired of walking. I'm tired of walking, and I wanna cool down. That is why I ride that Jungle Cruise. That's why I do It's a Small World After All. Once you've done It's a Small World After All, you understand exactly what's gonna happen. So, it's cool in there. You get
yeah.
out of the sun. Matterhorn? Well, Matterhorn's fun, but it's also very cool up there. So, sometimes you ride the rides at Disneyland because you're overheated and you need a break. I'm just saying that. Not
You're
all of
not
them
wrong.
need to be made into movies.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But again, like, what they were doing was creating like a shared universe that would tie into the rides so that you could go experience the rides at Disneyland, but then they have like this whole tie-in with the movies and everything. It was a cool concept, right? It just,
Yeah.
they're not fully executing that. And it feels like they're slowing down with all of that. And again, focusing on their properties that are successful, the things that we complained about last week, right? Where, hey, we're taking all the things that we know have made a bunch of money and we're just going to focus on making sequels for those. So
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. I just not everything needs to be made into a movie, Bob Iger or Disney. You know what? Maybe try something new. K-pop Demon Hunters. Everybody thought that was going to fail, and look at it now. Look at it now. That's all I'm saying. And it's
yeah,
brand new. It's brand new.
yeah,
So, whatever. Stop trying to make lightning in a bottle happen. It just happens.
right.
Okay, I'm gonna get on a soapbox. I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not really looking forward to this next story because, anyway, let's go. Who's the real villain in Avatar? It's James Cameron. All right, James Cameron teases that Quaritch may find redemption in Avatar: Fire and Ash, expanding the saga's moral complexity. But does Quaritch deserve redemption?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Quaritch is, mainly
I
because
don't either.
yeah, I didn't watch the second movie. I still haven't watched the second movie. I actually did enjoy the first movie. It's a 3 hour movie. It gets hard to sit there and watch it when again there's so many other things that are out there that pique my interest. And my first thought isn't, I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet. Let me go watch this. Like I'm more like, hey, Weapons is on is on the
It's on
HBO,
HBO.
or Sinners is on HBO, and these are like some of the biggest movies of the year. So I mean, like, I definitely need to go watch this before I go see the other one. But I'm going to go see the other one specifically because the rumor is that the trailer for for Doomsday is going to be in front of this movie. So I'm like, it might be that.
I will not go and watch this movie. I know that that trailer will be on YouTube pretty quickly after, so I'm not watching it. And if it doesn't, oh well, I'll see it sometime because I'm not watching this movie. I didn't watch the second one. I was done after the first one. Avatar is really pretty graphics, but the story is not solid. And I'm sorry, but James Cameron has been doing this. After Titanic, he just thought I can just make whatever I want and people will watch it. No. No.
Well,
No.
it's a story that's already been told twice in other movies, right? It was The Last Samurai
Yep.
was the same exact story. The what was the Dances with Wolves was the exact same story.
Yep.
So I mean,
Yep.
you're telling a story that's already been told. But again, don't know if there's differences in expansion in the second movie. A lot of people talk about how pretty it is and how good the story was and everything like that. And I mean, this seems like there's a lot of epicness to it, aside from the weird crab dance that was in the trailer. Because I'm like, you guys are all just like doing a crab dance and robotic crabs. That's a little
Yeah,
odd,
I
but
don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
Not a
But
James
anyways,
Cameron fan here.
yeah. But yeah, we could probably move on this one.
Oh yeah, because this is something I do want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I already know this is something that you are the most excited out of anybody on our team.
Yes. She's getting the Scooby Gang back together. Chloe Zhao confirms the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer series will be a true sequel with original characters returning. I'm thinking we may see vampire influencers.
That makes all of the sense. It's not good sense,
Like
but it
there's
makes
gonna be
all
a
the sense.
vampire cult that starts around Spike or something, and we're gonna have vampire influencers, and they're gonna be like, "Hi, I'm a vampire influencer. Let me tell you about this O negative blood. It is the best blood that you can get." Like, I mean, it's gonna be something like that, and I love it because that's what they need to do. That was Buffy's bread and butter was having that niche of what's in right now, having that Buffy speak. I mean, so I really want this to happen, and I do think Chloe Zhao is the right person to do it. So, yeah. What do you think?
I do like Chloe Zhao's sensibilities. I think that she is a really good director, very underrated for the work that she's done, even though she's basically won Oscars for the things that she's done. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like she's a household name, and I feel like that's something that her name recognition definitely needs more than she has because she's a really good director.
Mhm.
Very, very artistic eye for the things that she does. She has the work, her work speaks for itself. But I mean,
And a
going into
solid
some
vision.
right. I love the idea of it being like a true sequel that we're actually going to be getting original characters and we're going to be getting kind of the continuation of what's happened with all these characters. Especially like knowing that we're going to see what happened with Buffy and you kind of like her passing the torch and everything like that. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'll be on the ride until it's over.
Right,
I will. That's
right,
just how it's gonna be.
right.
But there's something else that I think is gonna make Phil really excited and put him in the driver's seat.
Oh, I'm very excited for this.
In Can It Get Bloodier news, Peacock has greenlit Twisted Metal Season 3 with a writer from The Boys set as showrunner. So what do you think that means for the show? Are we gonna get exploding penises in the show now?
We might. I mean, it's not like we're that far off with this show, right? I mean, there's a lot of gore in this show. There's a lot of weirdness and things that happen in this show. I the only thing I hope is that they continue with the route that they're going and kind of continuing with retelling the story that's on from the games, but in a more modern take on it. Again, I love the route that they're going with on this. Me and Frank, I forced Frank to watch this, and Frank is absolutely on board for this show now. So I mean, like that says a lot when I can get Frank from Geek Freaks to watch something that he didn't want to watch, and is like, no, I'm in. This show is really good, or at least it's really fun. I can't say it's like it's super good. It's one of those shows that you have to suspend your disbelief for a lot of the things that happen in this show, but it's a fun show nonetheless.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad about I still haven't seen it yet. I do need to see it. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Eric Kripke likes it. I don't think it's Eric Kripke that's doing it. It's just one of the writers, so who knows who it is. But I expect there to be some sort of weird clown orgy and some exploding penises. I feel like that's gonna happen.
A
But
weird
where there's
clown
not gonna be
orgy.
exploding penises?
Oh,
This next
definitely
story.
not. Definitely not in this next story.
I cannot believe I used exploding penises as a transition, but okay, here we
And
go.
if you do it the way
Noah
that James said it, it's penises.
penises.
Penis
Penises.
eye?
No, Noah goes Gundam style. Noah Centineo
Centennial.
is circling the lead role in a live action Gundam film, which will explore the 1 year war storyline.
Ooh.
So, how long will the 1 year war last?
They're
I give it 3 seasons.
I was gonna say they're gonna make that last over the course of like multiple seasons. Uh Noah Centennial, he's getting all kinds of love right now because they're saying we talked about this last week. They're already saying that Masters of the Universe is perfection. Everybody's talking about how good Masters of the Universe is. So
Yeah.
if he's getting that much praise as Prince Adam, I can't wait to see
He's
what he
not
does.
Prince
Isn't
Adam.
isn't he Prince Adam?
No, that's Nicholas something.
Oh,
He auditioned for it, but he didn't get it.
I don't know why I thought that he was the one that was playing Prince Adam.
No, it's Nicholas. I can't even remember who it is.
Okay, so what do I know him from then? Let's find out here. He's a very handsome man. Oh, he's from The Recruit.
He's a very handsome man.
He's a very handsome man.
I didn't
He's
say that. I did not say that first. That was Mr. Young Phil over here.
so he's originally from like Disney shows. He was like on a whole bunch of Disney shows. Who is he in Street Fighter? In the new Street Fighter movie?
Oh, he is somebody in the new Street Fighter. I can't remember who he is though,
Oh, he's playing
because
Ken.
he was talking
That's
about it.
right. That's right. He's playing Ken. That's right. I pulled up a picture of Ken and I was like, dude, he looks 100% like the dude. Like he looks like Ken from the games. He's so ripped right now. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. No, when I say he's a hot guy, uh, even more so now after realizing who he is.
Wow. I think we should leave
I
it
am a
there.
cis
I
straight.
think that
I am a cis
I,
straight man.
I know, but I think we should leave it there. Let's move on to the streaming block.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into that.
Record set from human made series. How's it call that? You guys get it? Never mind. The drama series Pluribus has set a record for the biggest premiere in Apple TV Plus history. And of course, we'll never know how much they made or anything like that, or see any commercials for it because Apple doesn't do that for some reason. So, are you binging this series or watching week to week?
I haven't started watching it, and everybody's talking about how good it is. I feel really dumb that I haven't started watching this. I feel like this is going to be like Alien Earth all over again, where like I regretted not watching it as it was happening. Right?
Yeah,
I probably should like binge and catch up. Honestly,
I think it's only on like episode 2 or 3 now. So, it's not like you have to really for that. I have to finish watching Slow Horses and then I'm going to watch Pluribus. I have to do it that way because I'm on season 5 of Slow Horses. I need to find out what's going on. I've been ducking Slow Horses shit for I don't know how long. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't watch that series. But I do want to see Pluribus. So Oh, James says it's should be a binge watch. It's a bit slow.
Okay. I mean, I'm hearing
You
everybody
are a little low, by the way. I
is that better.
it is better.
Okay. Dude, how slow are your horses? Finish it already.
The shit already.
Yeah, but I
Look,
haven't been
James,
watching
I
this,
we have basketball and sumo. Sumo is over. I have time now to watch stuff.
but I'm a fan of everything that the creators of Pluribus have done, so I don't see it being something that I wouldn't enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hear really good things about it too. And
Yeah.
not just from James. I hear good things from people. But you know what else I heard?
Uh-huh.
You want to know?
I do.
In more Westeros, but no Winds of Winter update news.
And
HBO has
Jen is
renewed.
the queen
Huh?
of and Jen is the queen of transitions news.
I am. HBO has renewed House of the Dragon for season 4 and A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms for season 2, securing more Games of Thrones, more Game of Thrones stories. How do you feel about these renewals? Come on.
So, House of the Dragon makes sense, right? Because like we already know it's a series that everybody loves. Uh are they basing giving Knight of the Seven Kingdoms a second season on, hey, we know how well this does with our other two shows within Westeros. So we're gonna assume that people are gonna love this show and we're gonna put a season two up automatically. Like I, I I've never been a fan of renewing a season before the first season comes out or renewing a show before the first show
Mm.
comes out. Again, and I'm not gonna beat this dead horse as much as I'm gonna beat the dead horse right now, but Halo is a good example of do not greenlight a season 2 before season 1 comes out.
That's true. That's true. But like from what I understand, the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is actually the closest to the book adaptations, and like the creator was like no, he wanted to do that for George, and there are 3 books that are completed. So
Right.
they can do 3 seasons. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm fine with that. But you don't do any other seasons. If you don't have a book for it, don't do the season. Do not. So
James, listen, Halo.
all right, that is it for streaming. And now we are on the adaptations block, which I guess the Seven Kingdoms could also be considered that, and House of the Dragon. Well, most everything that we talk about. Anyway,
Yeah, I got thoughts on all 3 of these last stories, so let's
more video game adaptations. Oh my. FX has officially ordered a live action Far Cry TV series from Noah Hawley and Rob McElhaney, adapting the hit video game franchise. Will this be a Halo or a Fallout type of show?
so my thoughts on this, right? And the 2 things I didn't realize until seeing this right here. I'm a little more receptive to this, knowing that Noah Hawley and Rob McElhaney are going to be involved in this. I know Rob McElhaney is a massive fan of the game franchise, and usually when he's a fan
Yeah.
of stuff, he's really careful about making sure it's good. Noah Hawley, that man, I have a lot of faith in the work that he does. He's really good at what he does. But Far Cry is one of those series, game series. Number one, it's an anthology series, so it's not a there's no cohesive story, right? There is no hey, here's the story that we're telling and you need to do this. Every game has a different story. And the way that they tell the story, it is very it is they're usually very dark. They don't have happy endings. And I mean, give it like if you take American Horror Story
Uh-huh.
and you mix that in with Fargo,
Hmm.
uh and you tell this story where by the end of the season it's gonna go wrong. Like you already know. Obviously, people who don't know the game franchise are gonna expect that the main character is gonna live, but basically, by the end of the series, the character that you have grown to love dies in the last episode.
Spoilers.
Then I will be okay with this series because there's if they try to do like a whole continuation on something, or same deal, like say they take one of the games and they adapt the game, because like Fallout, it's one of those things where your actions give you a different outcome for the game. But if you do
Yeah.
something where, okay, we're gonna take, for instance, the picture that we're looking at right now is from Fallout 3. You take Fallout 3 and then you expand on that story, or say you tell the story of the main villain of that game and how he became the warlord he becomes. I might be okay if it is like Fallout, it is something that is an expansion of the story rather than trying to retell the story.
I've never played the game, so I have no opinion on this. So that's Phil's take, everybody.
Yeah, I
All right.
my take on this is, I'm not I'm gonna go in with low expectations because I would rather them blow me away and be like, no, this was everything I wanted it to be, than go in expecting having high expectations and expecting it to be something, and then it just tanks and I'm extremely disappointed by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I have some sad news for you.
Oh God. Yeah. This again, I have thoughts on this.
I know, I know. That's why I left it till the end. I left them all till the end.
Yeah.
I knew you'd have thoughts. Well, it would have been a cool story. Paramount has shelved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, instead aiming to sonicify the franchise in a lighter direction. When will studios learn to let the characters lead the story and not the "this is what's in" trend?
So the rumor right now is they're shelving Last Ronin because of how dark the story is, which I understand. You want to reach the largest amount of people as you can. But the rumor, and again, I'm not 100% upset with this. The rumor is that they're going back to the 90s movies. So there are going to be animatronic rubber suits. And if we get that like kind of like campy level, but something that is a little more up to date, I might be okay with this for the nostalgia factor, right? Because you have this lighthearted but fun martial arts movie. I mean, I kind of want to see them like I would ideally, if this rumor's true and they're going back to the 90s style Ninja Turtle movies,
Mhm.
ideally I want them to fight Krang. Krang is the big brain monster that's inside of the body. I either want to see that, go ninja, go ninja, go. I either want to see them fight Krang because I was, as a kid, I was always waiting for Krang to show up in those movies. Or I want to see them fight. I'm forgetting the fly. Dr. Baxter, right? Fight Dr. Baxter and his backstory. That would also be very weird to see a fly man fighting the Ninja Turtles.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm not a Ninja Turtles fan. It's just
Yes.
it's a lot, and we won't get into it.
Yeah. I mean,
We will not get into it.
I'm a big turtle fan. I mean, had they gone with the last Ronin, there is a major through line of grief in this story. This would have been really dark for kids, and I think that in the end, that might be why they shelved it, is because they realized we make these Ninja Turtle movies for kids to go see, and if we're doing something that's based on, what Laird and Eastman actually wrote for this, which is a story of one turtle loses his entire family. I mean, it's not like worried about spoilers with this because we've talked about the comic on the show many a time, and I've actually spoiled this many a time. So if you guys are upset with me right now, I'm sorry, but Mikey loses his entire family and he has to deal with the grief of that. And it's such a well done story. This would be better for a TV show.
Yeah, oh yeah, or like almost an Adult Swim type TV show.
Or an animated movie, like something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something where you can properly tell the story and we're not losing anything out of it. I would prefer almost it be like the the Dark Knight Returns movies that DC did. Yeah, James saying the very first episode of Disconcerting, we literally talked about this. And the big thing from that episode was me deducing and speculating who was going to be the last Ronin because the comic hadn't come out, and I guessed correctly.
Oh, look at you.
Based on story,
And
though.
your prognostication.
Yeah, but based on story, because I was like, who's going to be the most interesting story to tell? It's got to be Michelangelo, because he's the only one that really needs to grow up out of the four of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But you know what else would be great for kids? Or maybe not. I don't know.
Again, thoughts on this? Go ahead.
And they're supposed to be monsters news.
God.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why he's got a guitar. Okay. Sony is developing a movie based on the viral Labubu monster dolls. Monster dolls. Hoping to capture a Barbie style cultural moment. Is Labubu the next big moment, or will it fade into the viral sunset?
Sony is on a mission to ruin everything kids love.
Oh.
When this is kind of something that I've noticed, when studios get to the point where it's like, we need to capitalize on this, that's usually where these franchises go to die.
Exactly.
Right? It's because
if it were another company, I might actually think it had a chance. But at this point, Sony can't do anything right. So
right. Sony is really good at bad judge of character, right? It's like, okay, hey, we don't think something is gonna be good or is gonna be successful, so we're gonna get rid of it, or in case of K-pop Demon Hunters, or we are going to we don't think Spider-Man's gonna be good, so you guys can do whatever you want, and then Spider-Man ends up being a hit. The Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse movies. Versus we are gonna put all of our effort into live action Spider-Man villain movies, and we're not gonna follow any of the comics, and we're just gonna piss off all the fans. The thing with Labubu is they are taking something that has a little bit of lore but has no story beats, are going to try and create story beats. They might get a little bit of money up front, but it's ultimately going to kill off the trend, because that's what happens when you start making movies about stuff like this. I don't want it, mainly because I don't want it to ruin the fun that Labubus are. I don't own any Labubus, but I mean, there is a fun factor to it in collecting the little monsters that a lot of kids want to do and everything like that. Making a movie, specifically the way that Sony does this, I feel like is going to ruin that whole fun thing. Or there is a chance that they find a way to strike gold and it actually enhances the story and enhances people wanting to get Labubus. I honestly think it's just going to make the entire market collapse, and that's going to be
right.
they're going to be Beanie Babies. It's going to be like the market collapses, and now they're going to be worthless because Sony is stupid enough to go and try and make a movie for it.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that Hello Kitty isn't even a cat.
It's not.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We've speculated, confirmed, and talked Labubus. Now let's wrap this up with the Geekend update, where Pop Culture Pulse goes live.
Boom. Let's do it. and gentlemen, we had an extremely fun weekend this weekend. We had a really good time, and we're gonna start here with Weekend Blender, ladies and gentlemen. The Weekend Blender was a thing this weekend, and we were there. We had a whole bunch of fun. Uh, just everything that went down over the weekend was a great time. And here to talk about Weekend Blender, ladies and gentlemen, it's our friends, it's your friends. It is the funnest creators that we know. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for DeLong Fam Cosplay.
Hi guys,
What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
doing good. Still tired from last night, but good.
I hear you. So let's talk about Weekend Blender, guys. Give us the rundown on the show.
Well, it was the weekend letter that they held in Tracy in the West Valley Mall, and they do twice a year. We were special featured cosplay guests among a lot of our other cosplay friends like Cindy Rue, Pepper Jack, Team Inferno, Lovey D, and Terror Dog, who were actually doing a Toys for Tots toy drive. And we heard that some Jawas were there trying to strike some deals to donate toys.
Nice. And I kind of witnessed it. I saw the Jawas trading a toy for a ghost trap.
Yeah, apparently so. I guess that's what they wanted. I don't know.
Little thieves just taking things. Anyways, no, so we had a good time. Now of course I was hosting all weekend. But also John Morris was there, the voice of Andy from Toy Story, also the voice of Santa Boy from they're saying they can barely hear us.
Which us?
You guys might be low if you want to turn your volume up a little bit.
Yeah, let's see.
But but yeah, so yeah, John Morris was having a lot of fun. And on day two, so I do my little trivia, and we're doing the trivia and everything like that. And John comes to me after the first round and goes, "Hey, when you guys do trivia again, do you mind coming to my table and doing it? Because I really love trivia." And so we ended up doing trivia at the on the second run, and we ended up doing trivia with him, and then we started making up trivia because there were certain things that he was like, I wanna do you have any X-Men trivia? I was like, well, not particularly, but I can make some up on the spot, and then he ended up coming up with some Pixar trivia, which was really fun. So yeah, we had a lot of good time with all of that.
That was why you went over to the table. I didn't know why you were over there because then all of a sudden you're near us. Right? This is new, but okay.
Yeah, he had said specifically he wanted me to go and do the trivia at his table after.
Okay, that was cool because yeah, John Morrison. If you guys didn't know who Santa Boy is in Nightmare Before Christmas, he's the first kid Jack visits, and he's the one who says Santa. He has one line in the whole movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were hanging out with him too because our booth was right across from him. So we were booth neighbors, and he would watch our table when we walked away. We would watch his when he had to go away, and it was a lot of fun. Bruce had a lot of fun playing with his toys. He loved Jeff's Sid cosplay.
Yeah.
And obviously, they took pictures. We took pictures with him as Jack and Sally, and I don't think it's been posted yet, but we all did film a video with John before the end of the weekend.
We did. I still have to send that to Cindy. Thank you for reminding me. I'll send that to her tonight.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had gotten it to her yet, but yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, the the chat saying that DeLongs that your mic's a little low and that they can't hear you guys very well.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
also a little bit of distortion coming from you guys.
yeah, with different setup than usual. Oh, that's way too much. Testing. Andy's coming.
There we go. It sounds a little bit better there.
Okay,
That's a little better. Yeah, absolutely.
so there we go.
And then Fan Expo's this weekend, right?
That's right. So
Yeah.
coming up on the next show that we have here, ladies and gentlemen, in San Francisco, Fan
Okay.
Expo is happening at the Moscone Center West, November 28th through the 30th. So many guests that are going to be there, guys. You won't want to miss it. One of the biggest shows to come to San Francisco since WonderCon. So, guys, make sure that you get down to Moscone Center West, get your tickets. I believe Say Wong said that he's going to be there this weekend. So there's that. Did we all cosplay? Yes, we did all cosplay. So they were just talking about their cosplays. Of course, you if you didn't see in the picture before, I was unipool like I normally am, but I had a Santa hat on. And then we ended up taking pictures with me in a Santa robe as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a cloak, not a robe.
A cloak. Yes, it was a cloak.
Borrowed from Mrs. Claus.
Borrowed from Mrs. Claus.
That's awesome.
And of course, the next thing after that we have coming up specifically is the Sack Geeks Toy Drive holiday party. That's going to be at what was I still can't pronounce that correctly.
New
New Helvetia. Yeah, New Helvetia Brewing Company here in Sacramento, California. It's going to be Saturday, September 5th. December. Keep saying September. December 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's so many different sponsors that are doing the show. And it's gonna be a good time. Of course, special guest Andrew Gray is gonna be there, one of the Red Rangers, and
Mega Force.
Force Rangers, right? And I mean, like one of the sponsors is Power Morphicon, so it's kind of cool that we're gonna have a Red Ranger there while we're doing a charity toy drive. So even if you don't want to stay for the show, guys, come and bring a toy and donate a toy because it's very much a good thing to give kids who would otherwise not have any toys for Christmas. Bring them a toy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, though, what really you should be wearing to this toy drive holiday party? Some of our merch, because we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
So can you? That's right. I'm looking at you. You can have this merch as well. You just got to DM us at Distance Nerding on any of the social platforms that we are on with you, and we will happily get you a shirt. We do need your size and we do need to know where you're located so we can send that out. It's $20 if you're local, 25 if we have to ship it to you, and 55 if it's in Florida. You all know what you did, and that's why it's $55.
Exactly.
But we have shirts, we still don't have hats. We have stickers. We have the black shirt we have is actually our chase shirt, and it's like monotone. It's gray. It's really cool looking. But yeah, we've got that, and we've also got the character shirt. But yeah, if you guys want something, then yeah, then just let us know.
That's right. Of course, our schedule, ladies and gentlemen, Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now, Distance Nerding, where we recap all of the nerdy news for the week. Thursdays, we build Lego and talk nerdy. We have all the brackets, all the fun things on Distance Nerding interviews. Now, this week, we're not going to be doing an interview mainly because this week is Thanksgiving, and we're going to be taking a break this week because of that. But the next interview show that we have is, I believe, December 4th. You see here. Yep, December 4th. And that is Woody Arnold. He's a tabletop game creator, but also a comic book creator. You guys remember the sad hot dog that I brought on the show a while back?
Yes.
Yes, he is the creator of Sad Hot Dog. So he'll be on the show. We'll be talking with him. It'll be a good time. Now with that, and then Fridays, of course, the buzzer from 6:30 to 8:30. It's the game show that we usually play. Again, I don't know if we're actually playing a buzzer this week because of the
No,
holiday.
we're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week, guys.
You're going to be gone. Graveyard's going to be gone.
Right. So this week is the only show that we're doing. This is the only show we're going to be doing, but we will see everybody again next week for more distance nerding and, of course, more interviews and more buzzer. So with that being said, now that we've gotten this whole part out of the way here, guys, I need your pluggables. Jen, I know you hate this part, but give me all your plugs.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. Follow me there. At Free Girl, or at Free Comics. Either one. I'm there. I'm on both of them. Say hello. I'll say hello back. That's it.
Cool beans. All right. DeLongs. Let everybody know where they can find you and what you guys have coming up. What do you guys got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, because it's the day before Thanksgiving, we will not be on.
Okay.
But if you guys want to see any of the other stuff we have, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube, where we're still trying to get to 200. We did get a few more subscribers over the weekend, but we're still on that journey, and we need your guys' help.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not currently subscribed to DeLong Fam Cosplay, now is your chance. Go ahead and subscribe to DeLong Fam Cosplay and win some prizes, guys. They have prizes. Do that.
Yes, lots of prizes.
That's right. So subscribe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to support Distance Nerding, best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com, hit that big blue button at the top, and you can join the taco party. Because, ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party. It is the best way to support Distance Nerding. Makes it so we can do more shows, more events, more prize giveaways and things like that. You got to join that taco party. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have something you want to discuss, connect with us on all the social media places, everywhere that exists. If it's social media, we are there at Distance Nerding, or you can send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air. So Jen, since James is not here, I'm going to let you do us the honors.
Thanks, and keep nerding together. And also, Bruce, go to sleep, Bruce. Wait, is he off? Is he off he's out for Thanksgiving break, right?
He is, but at the same time, we want to keep the schedule going, so we're still keeping the bedtime.
Yeah. So, Bruce, go to sleep.
Time to go to bed, buddy.
Go to sleep.
Time to go to sleep. Go to sleep, Bruce. We will catch everybody next week on another riveting episode of Distance Nerding. We love you all. Go to hell. All right, never
Eat
mind.
a lot of turkey.
That's right. Take care, guys. We will see everybody next week. As always, we love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Distance Nerding.